Well, hello there. I'm going to start out with some good news, bad news today. That's what I used to do with my daughters at dinner. Every day when they got home, from school, I'd hear about their good news and bad news of the day. So try that with your family too. It really helps to start conversations. So my good news is I had a nice celebration yesterday with Cinco de Mayo. We made homemade guacamole and fajitas and listened to some music from Mexico. That was a fun change. My bad news is, so Chase, my dog, is having a little problem with his eye. Keeps squinting it a lot. So I called the vet and they're going to see him today at 3:40. So hopefully it won't be anything too serious. Heading into our joke of the day for some smiles. What time is it when the clock strikes 13? Time to get a new clock. There's no 13 on the clock. Oh boy. Positive affirmation for this week, boys and girls, is no matter how hard it is, I can do it. When something gets tough, just tell yourself that. It'll give you some good energy. Birthday shout outs. We don't have any today. So I'm going to give out just some shout outs to Kira and Shayna. Thank you for turning your assignments in on Google Classroom. And don't forget, boys and girls, there's a little spot in Google Classroom, usually when you go to mark as done, when you're done with your Friday assignment. There's a place where you can leave a comment and type in a little message to me or check and see if I've typed a message to you. It's a really good way for us to chit chat together. So hopefully you'll surprise me with some comments in there this week. Our read aloud review is for All About Sam. Yesterday we read that there was going to be a pet show where people could exhibit their pets. Today we're going to find out how King of Worms fares at the show. And we're going to work on a skill today called inference. I want you to listen for the part in today's reading where Anastasia's talking to Sam about how she thinks King of Worms is going to do in the pet show today. She won't really come out and tell you what she thinks in the story, but you're going to be able to infer how she feels by using that skill. Also, I want you to focus on, a vocabulary word, rodents. If your families are watching with you and they know what this word means, they're going to be wondering exactly what in the world Mrs. Stafford would pick this as a vocabulary word for. But if you're not sure what it means, listen for today's story and you'll be able to probably figure out what rodents are. Okay, let's get started with our balloon breath. Remember, we're going to blow it up 3 times before we release it into the sky. It's a good way to clear out that cortisol that might be building up in our brains from things that we may have been worried about or nervous about. So starting with your first deep breath in your small balloon, let me pick a color for today. It's not too sunny out, so maybe I'm going to pick yellow like the sun. Good stretch before we get started. Feels good too. All right, back to business. So Anastasia and Sam are heading to the library where the pet show is going to be on a Saturday afternoon. Their mother and father decided to stay home. Dad would have liked to have come, Anastasia told Sam, but, with his allergies, he was worried about being around the dogs and cats. Sam nodded. He was carrying his worm box very carefully. And Mom was afraid there might be rodents, Anastasia said. Yeah, Mom hates rodents. They both remembered how much their mother hated gerbils. So now you know a gerbil is one type of rodent. Good job. Can you think of any other types of rodents? Mice, guinea pigs, rats. Yeah, they're all types of rodents. Now you can see why Mom might be a little bit leery of going to the pet show. Good thing a worm isn't a rodent, Sam said, patting his box. Mom likes worms, okay? And fish, Anastasia added, thinking of Frank. They were almost at the corner where the small brick library building was set in the middle of the big green lawn. The pet show would be on the lawn under the trees, and Sam could hear the sound of barking. A dog won't win first prize, he confidently said to his sister, because dogs are just ordinary. Let me tie your shoe tighter, Sam, Anastasia said suddenly. She knelt on the sidewalk, and Sam looked at her in surprise. Nobody needs to tie my shoes, he reminded her, because Mom brought me those Xerox shoes. No, wait, I mean Velcro shoes, he corrected himself. I really only wanted to talk to you for a minute, Anastasia explained as she knelt beside him. Sam, don't be disappointed if you don't win the prize. Prizes don't matter. Yeah, they do, Sam told her. Prizes means best, and I think King of Worms will be the best pet. I washed him and I changed his dirt. But Sam, every child thinks his pet is best. And we really don't care what the judges think, do we? As long as we know King of Worms is the best. That's the important thing, isn't it? So, are you inferring what Anastasia's trying to tell Sam? Yeah. With all those hints, I think she is thinking that King of Worms is not going to win any prizes because, well, worms aren't typically known as a pet. So I think she's trying to prepare Sam for maybe a little bit of disappointment. Sam shook his head. No, he said, the really important thing is to win the prize. Anastasia sighed. Come on, she said. She stood up and took Sam's hand, the hand that wasn't holding the worm box. Let's get it over with. The library lawn was very noisy. Dogs were barking, babies were crying, children were shouting. Sam recognized some of his nursery school friends. And a lot of people were standing around a tree looking up and calling to a cat, asking it to please come down. The librarian recognized Sam and Anastasia. She gave Sam a number on a square piece of cardboard. There you are, she said. Your pet is number 17, and your place will be over there. Do you see the 17 on that table? Better get in your place because the judging will start soon. Then we'll have refreshments afterwards. Anastasia nudged Sam over to the empty card table with the 17 taped on it. They placed the little box on the center of the table and removed the lid. Sam gently poked in the fresh dirt until he found a King of Worms. Stick your head out, he whispered, and look beautiful when the judges come around. Hey, look, Sam, Anastasia said. Somebody did bring a goldfish. See it over there? They checked to make certain that Sam's worm box was safely situated on the table, and then they wandered over to look at the goldfish in the bowl nearby. Not as good as Frank the Second, Anastasia whispered to Sam. Sam nodded in agreement. Yeah, not as bright colored and big. And Frank's face is more intelligent, she said. Sam tugged suddenly on Anastasia's jeans. He pointed. That's Nicky from school, he whispered. Remember Nicky the biter? Well, Nicky wouldn't dare bite anyone at a pet show, Anastasia reassured Sam. And they strolled over and looked into the huge box beside Nicky. 47 gerbils, Nicky said in a loud voice. Nice, Anastasia said politely. And she and Sam moved away. And there's my friend Adam with his cat, Sam pointed. Adam's cat's name is Squeaky. Shh, said Anastasia. Look, there's the judges. Yep, Lois Lowry, the author, is now getting us excited for what's to come. She's building anticipation for the pet show. So tomorrow we will check in, but be ready. There's going to be a dramatic twist on day 25. See you then.